아마 유튜브가 이거 안 될 거야. 그래서 오늘은 그냥 너만 나오게 할까 카메라? 그것도 존나 재밌겠다. 웃기겠다.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Jojin Movie So Awesome. I'm Won-Jin.
I'm Joe.
Yes.
This
and
is
Joe. Hold up. There he is. Okay, he's a little shy in this session for some reason. So this time, the majority of camera time will be on me.
Yeah.
And today in our Let's Talk session, we're gonna talk about killer animal movies.
What's up,
As
Dizzy?
per request of Scott Walker on one of his replies, he asked us to talk about killer animal movies.
Yeah, because I'm away from. Don't turn the camera on me.
Oh, it's fine. Don't be shy.
Okay, guys, Won-Jin have me on chains. I'm actually tied to this sofa, and my self-will is not respected. Let's just say that this isn't even human rights level talk where, you know, this is basically modern slavery. But anyway, please, Master Won-Jin, go ahead.
But anyway, so if we look back, there are a lot of killer animal movies. It's been, I mean, starting from like, I don't know, like King Kong. Is King Kong also like a killer animal movie? We got Jaws.
Well,
we got
King Kong,
Jurassic
he's
Park.
not a killer though, you know. Because I think when we talk about killer animal movies, here I think let's define it first. I think Walker, give us your opinion. I feel like killer animal movie is defined as when an animal is almost like this natural force that cannot be negotiated with, that cannot be understood almost, and presented that way, and it's just like an obstacle the human beings have to overcome. And I feel like Jaws fall in that definition. I think Won-Jin, you mentioned this privately, Anaconda, the movie fall.
Anaconda.
And then that movie where Samuel Jackson dies in the first 30 minutes.
Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea falls in that definition. So I don't think King Kong falls in that definition because in King Kong is presented as relatable. And Jurassic Park, I would say this, depending on which Jurassic Park movie it is, I think it falls under the definition of killer animal movie and not.
Yeah.
Because, for example, Jurassic Park 2, like T-Rex is humanized the moment we know that she has a child. So like her killing just becomes like a quest for her to save the child.
Yeah.
Unlike the first one where every time she's presented, she's presented in a way where these human beings have really no way to retaliate against it in like a normal fashion. So I think that's the difference.
And I don't know. Maybe in our perspective, it's a killer animal movie, but I think in the perspective of animals, they're just hungry. So I'm not exactly sure if it should be classified. I mean, if we should call it the killer animal movies.
No, but don't you think in Deep Blue, like
Deep Blue Sea, yeah, that would be an exception because now they have like an augmented intelligence and they're actually trying. Well, aren't they still trying to eat them though?
No, but here's the thing though, Won-Jin. If they were looking for nutritional value, they shouldn't be wasting their time with us. But in a killer movie, the hate towards the human is real. Do you know what I mean? It's sort of this. The theme is sort of nature's revenge. Because like if you think about it, that big ass shark, he can go for sperm whales and shit. Like, why is he wasting time on killing these scientists?
Like trying to like infiltrate this underwater lab.
Exactly.
When the vast sea is just out there.
No, like exactly. So like once the animal, it's kind of you know how human beings sometimes we have a phobia towards nature. I think that scholar term is ecophobia.
Oh, okay.
So a killer animal movie is where that's flipped.
Zedzi makes a great point. He likes the human taste, maybe a bit spicy like that. Maybe it's like a gourmet shark, and it appreciates the taste of human flesh.
Would you call Jurassic Park franchise a killer animal movies? That depends on.
Yeah, you just talked about it though.
And what would you call the killer alligator movie? Crawl. I haven't seen Crawl. I saw your reply, so I don't know the movie, but Walker, if you can put up a link on that, we will.
And I think that's pretty terrifying because I think a killer alligator movie would be brilliant because I see the news and they just keep finding human bodies in the jaws of alligators, and they're like 10 feet long. This stuff actually happens. I mean, we know that dinosaurs don't exist, but alligators do.
Yeah. I mean, Okay, so let's change our definition here, Won-Jin. Killer animal movie as like a large genre and a specific one. And the large genre, I think that shouldn't be called killer animal. It just should be called like a animal against human beings. And then once we go into the subdivision, because remember we have the movie called Dr. Moreau.
Oh, okay.
So that actually that complicates it because you know how some movies present like these animals that are like biologically tested. For example, even Planet of the Apes is a killer animal movie. Then
it gives us more context about
right because so I think we have to make a distinction here where whether the animal what's up
or animals with anger issues maybe. I just thought of like this brilliant idea for
what's up.
So you know how like whales talk to each other underwater with that ping, with the supersonic sound. It's like pew, pew, pew. And from Avatar 2, we learned that these ships that are traveling across the oceans, they're making huge sound pollution for these whales. And one of these whales has anger management issues. And it's basically being kind of like fed up with all that sound pollution for the past decade, and it finally snaps. And then it starts its journey on avenging. I mean, well, not avenging, but trying to vent its anger on tugboats. Or maybe they already have like a story like that.
Maybe. Would you call a horror movie Bigfoot killer animal? Bigfoot is not a killer animal movie. That's a horror. That's a spiritual. Because the Bigfoot is a mystical figure. I feel like, Walker, I have to disagree because the reason why we titled this Anaconda is I think Anaconda is actually like a perfect killer animal movie. Because if it's a chimpanzee, it just becomes more relatable.
Yeah.
If it's a intelligent animal, it becomes relatable. If it's a great ape, it becomes relatable. But what I love about Anaconda is because we have our cultural perspective on animals, plus the fact that reptiles don't talk like us. I just feel like Anaconda is the perfect killer animal movie where it's kind of like Jason.
Yeah.
You know how some slasher movies, because
there's no reasoning being explained.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. This is
it's something out of anybody's control.
It's an unnegotiable force that for whatever reason wants to kill you. So I would say actually like the first Alien is close to a killer animal movie.
Oh, that's true. Alien could be like a killer animal movie. I mean, it's a space animal though.
Because you don't understand why it wants to kill you. Would you call the 1981 horror movie Cat People about these killer black leopards going on killing people? Would you check it out for me? Okay.
Oh, there is such a movie? Cat People? That's pretty cool. I wish they would make like a killer tiger movie. Like a tiger that is so big, like one of the big Siberian tigers. They're like the weight goes over 300 kilograms and stuff. And Anaconda was, I mean, it wasn't like extraordinarily exceptional movie, but what it did very well was kind of like demonstrate and describe to us like how an anaconda can kill us and how powerful they are. Because one scene I remember, I mean, the last time I watched Anaconda was when it came out in the 90s.
Right.
But I remember two scenes. One was when like somebody jumped off a cliff and the anaconda quickly reaches down and snatches it.
Right.
And also another one is when they, they circle around you and they start twisting.
Right.
And they kind of like tighten up and it basically like crushes our bones.
Yeah. There's a tiger movie called Man-Eater. Yeah, Scott Walker. I that's the movie I think I watched.
Oh, really? I wish they would show like the tiger's true power in a more realistic way, because remember these cats are the size and weight, I mean bigger, as heavy as a Harley Davidson motorcycle. And they can run like 70 kilometers an hour and pounce at you, and at the end of their paw you have like 5 kitchen knives. No, see, like
I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's part of the charm of the Anaconda movie. Because if you remember the movie with Liam Neeson where he's in the snow and the wolf pack?
Yeah, the wolf pack. Yeah, I remember that.
See, here's the difference. Okay, this is gonna. You can shit on me later one day. Sometimes I want to watch the Anaconda movie more than that movie because that movie, the moment you humanize the animals, you also humanize the human being. It becomes this noble struggle to survival and fight against nature, right? What I love about Anaconda and the Deep Blue Sea was that we're treated like shit.
We're just like those rats that they feed to the snakes.
That's not even fair. It's even lower than that. The water snatches you and throws you in the fucking window in the Blue Deep Sea. Remember,
Like the guy who was trying to be rescued on the helicopter.
Remember the disrespect? Like, you know, because
the shark brought that guy. And it slammed it to the window.
No, see, Won-Jin remembers. See, so we're talking about like one of the. I feel like, hey Walker, I really want your opinion. The reason why we love Jason, the character, is remember how Jason, the supernatural character, because his past is kind of hinted on, but we never get a confirmation. Remember how disrespectful he kills us? He kills us like piece of shit. Like even Koba doesn't kill us like that. Koba at least throws us and go to war. It's that I think Killer Animal movie, one of the themes should be that it also reminds us that we are animals. What we define as humanity and human is not important.
We're in the wild. We're just like one of the many prey.
So back to your question, Walker. The first Jurassic Park is definitely a killer animal movie because if you remember, when T-Rex bites us and he shakes us around, that's not how you treat a human being as we define it.
And
you know,
in the Lost World, you know, the guy who was trying to rescue them in the car, he gets split in half in midair like a sandwich.
Exactly. Imagine they make a movie called The Man and the Man-Eater with a white tiger on loose in New York. What are you guys at the idea? That's called Predators 2, man. They already did that. They already did that, Walker. You know what I loaded from the movie Anaconda? It's same people created the... Oh, really? Okay. I did not know that. What about the killer lion movie called The Ghost in the Darkness with Michael... Yeah, I watched that movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I had no idea.
No, I felt like it was
a movie like
I
that.
feel like I felt like that movie was just a great TV movie, Walker. Because you know, because I love it when a movie just has a simple premise like that. There are these because that one has to do with the myth of, you know how like in Africa lions get their range stolen. So they start hunting the human beings, and there were real lions that hunted human beings. Oh, so it's just based on that simple premise. And then the movie was great because it was just all about that animal horror. If alien movies are animal killer movies, does that mean Alien Resident series is also in the same character? No, that's a different movie, Zedzi. That's a different movie. Because you got to remember, animal killer movies are by definition simple.
So we also mentioned movies like Godzilla, but now that we talked about this,
1997 one.
Yeah, the old one would be categorized as like a killer animal movie, but you know the recent Godzilla series, I don't think they could be classified as a killer thing because we just talked about it. It's very humanized.
Because Won-Jin, I think you actually kind of agree with me unconsciously because you mentioned Cloverfield, the first one.
Cloverfield.
Because that one is like that.
That one is especially terrifying.
The first one.
Yeah, it's because these animals are so massive. We only see like a glimpse of that Cloverfield monster. And basically the whole movie's dealing with like the little parasite things. And they themselves are already super scary.
Right.
Yeah. And we kind of eventually learned that the Cloverfield animal even gets nuked.
Yeah.
But I think it manages to survive or something. That movie was brilliant also.
Yeah, so that's... I think killer animal movie... I want to spell out what you try to say. In killer animal movies, the human being must be a prey.
Yeah.
It must not have any agency whatsoever. Like negotiating whatever, like the guy who tried to say, Caesar, let's save the dam.
You just run and hide.
Yeah. You are just basically a prey. You're like a mouse against a cat.
And then you watch your friends like getting picked out one by one
in the most disrespectful way possible.
And then in the process you kind of figure out with your intelligence like how to increase the survivability.
Yeah. A movie according to the true story of the male lions. Yeah, the railway workers. I know that, Walker. I love that. I actually love that movie. What about Jumanji? What category? Jumanji is not a killer animal.
That's
movie,
like an adventure movie.
Yeah, yeah. Because Jumanji, when you watch it, you know that none of the kids are in danger.
Yeah.
Like really, what make better killer animal movie? Normal leopard or black leopard? I don't think it matters whether it's a spotted leopard or a black leopard, as long as it's presented in a scary way.
Yeah.
So that's my answer, Walker.
And the thing with leopards is that they're not as big as we think they are. So we need bigger cats like lions and tigers. You know, leopards are like almost the same weight as an adult human male. But lions and tigers are like 3 times the weight of a human male. So we need those big cats if we're trying to make a killer animal movie with a big cat.
Out of all the leopards in the world, African leopards are the largest and the biggest. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, because Africa doesn't fuck around.
Yeah, I would say this killer animal genre. I would say remember the Species movie? That one is a really great killer animal movie because that species, she's an alien, yeah, but her goal is to procreate, and you have this basically instinctual creature trying to procreate with human beings.
Disney's Tarzan, a killer animal movie with the female leopard that killed Tarzan's parents, and Kerchak and Carla's baby at the start of the movie. No, because I mean, that leopard. I mean, it's depicted as something vicious, but if you think about it, I'm pretty sure that female leopard also has a child, and she's just trying to get food.
No, and another important thing is Tarzan has agency.
He's like part of a herd.
Not just that, but he has
like a group of
independence, and
gorillas.
he can stand up to these animals. I think if you want to talk about a killer animal movie, the animal just has to be something completely what we call animal instincts. No negotiation. I just want to kill you. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, just like in Avatar 1 when Jake Sully is first chased by those like wild dogs before Neytiri comes to rescue him.
Yeah, that's
and she's actually pissed about him because she had to kill those dogs and she's sad about it. That moment, like when Jake Sully is being chased by those wild animals in that planet, that would be like the killer animal moment.
Yeah. I mean, so the animal has to grab you and shake you around, and then it has to...
Oh, we forgot that movie, The Covenant or something. The one with the Leonardo DiCaprio where he has to fight that bear.
Oh, yeah.
And then he had to crawl inside that corpse of a horse to survive.
Okay, so that movie is... There's a killer animal in there, but it's a revenge movie. So that's not a killer animal movie.
But that would be like the killer animal movie moment when the bear is just basically like overpowering him to the point where he's basically being thrown around like a dish rag.
And here the bear symbolizes that natural force where because think about it this way, the animal represents all of nature because you can't negotiate with a volcano going to erupt, right? It's same as that. You're not supposed to understand the bear's motivation. You don't, because even in the first Alien movie, you don't understand why it wants to kill you.
Yeah,
it just does. And you suspect that it's about survival because it needs you to incubate its babies, right? But the problem with that is you can't negotiate with it. It doesn't care. It just it wants to kill you.
Imagine like having a conversation with the face hugger.
Oh, right. No, the face hugger just wants to hug your face. Just like Alien. This is the purest depiction of killer. But one of the great things about Alien is it did bring in that outer space element. So the alien, the behavior...
Oh, no, I think ZZ's talking about the bear moment in The Covenant that we talked about.
Oh, really? Okay. There was a TV movie with a female bear and her cubs are terrorizing a town called Grizzly.
Alec Baldwin's brother.
No, but hey, Walker, that would be a killer animal movie. Would you just sit up werewolf movie? No, werewolf movies are not killer animal movies because werewolves are human beings that turn into werewolves. So they represent the human sides, the animal instinct, just like Dracula.
Yeah.
Remember Dracula Untold Story? The character has this like dramatic moment. Killer animal movies, by definition, the animal doesn't have any drastic moments.
Yo, I just thought of like the perfect killer animal movie.
What's up?
Yo, remember like that dialogue Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg has between, in the movie The Other Guys, the lion and the tuna? And Mark Wahlberg says, if I were a lion and you were tuna, I would go out of my way to kill you.
Yeah.
I would dive into the ocean and freaking eat you or something. And then Will Ferrell articulately describes like how scary tunas actually are.
Right.
Like 500, 600 pounds. They're huge with hundreds of friends. So the movie will be called Tuna. And it's going to show the sheer terror of what they can do if you fall into that school of tuna. And then, I don't know, maybe we can go crazy. It can actually be based on Will Ferrell's idea. They're going to establish like a beachhead, and they're going to aggressively hunt down lions on the coast of Africa. And then they're going to make breathing apparatus with kelp.
Won-Jin, no one will
capture air.
Won-Jin, I'm sorry to cut you off. No one watched that movie.
I swear. I swear there are going to be millions of people willing to watch this.
Okay.
I swear to God.
Okay, maybe.
This movie needs to be made. Tuna.
Joe, humans
Very
are...
simple title. Tuna.
That's true. That's true. That's... Hey. Okay, someone needs to produce that movie. But Joe, humans...
I would watch that,
Joe, humans are animals, though. No, you're confusing our like species definition, and because remember, we were watching a movie. This is a cultural phenomenon. It's our. Because one of the charms of killer animal movie, just like the tuna, what you just mentioned, is to strip down all our perception of what we are as humans. But I'm saying the other movies deal with our perception of us as human beings. So let's go back to Won-Jin's Tuna and Lion School, all right?
The movie's gonna start with like a school of piranhas.
No, but
they already look deadly.
No,
but then tunas come, they're gonna be like, "Fuck
no,
you!"
Won-Jin,
and eat all those piranhas.
I gotta say, the only way that movie works if there's a human in there. Where's the human being?
It's the the group of fishermen.
Okay.
They were out there fishing tuna, and then they capture like the royal tuna, and it's like the prince of the tuna kingdom.
Okay.
And then he gets caught. So immediately the tuna kingdom, they dispatch like a group of special forces tuna. And like Will Ferrell mentioned, they have the technology to make like breathing apparatus.
Okay.
And they're going to infiltrate this like big ass fishing boat.
No, but that's not a killer animal movie anymore. First of all, great idea. That's a movie. That's a great movie. That's a great movie. Like Rodriguez should direct that. That's a great movie. But that's not a killer animal movie.
Oh, crap.
You know what I mean? I will watch that, Joe. Yeah, Zazie. I know. I'm not saying... because you guys are confusing me. I'm not saying that's a great idea for a movie. That's funny as fuck. But that's not a killer animal movie. Would you consider Killer Dogs animal movie? Take Cujo, for example, movie called... Yeah, that's a killer animal movie, Walker. That's definitely... Joe, do you know that some dolphins aren't watching your streaming right now, talking to each other in Kiki language and saying, "Look at these animals, think they're..." No, but that's still not a killer animal movie. That's called that's like Stanley Kubrick movie. That's like a Planet of the Apes movie. That's not a killer animal movie. Remember, Walker said specifically a killer animal movie. So by definition, it's closer to slasher films or horror films than Planet of the Apes films. You guys are talking about Planet of the Tuna, Planet of the Dolphins.
Okay, so we're gonna have to change it.
That's a sign. Hey.
There's no explanation. There's no communication among tuna, but this fishing boat gets stranded in the middle of the ocean.
Shut the fuck up!
And a group of tuna, they're so hungry and they can smell like the fish, like I don't know what they have, sardines inside that tanker. And they just tried to get in.
No, the moment you show 15 minutes of no language tuna communicating with each other, it's not a killer animal movie.
I'm saying that they don't show any sign of communication.
Shut the fuck up! See, no, you're interpreting your. That's not a okay.
You can tell that it's just happening instinctively.
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Here's the thing: if we get like 3-minute scenes like that and the tuna start hunting us, then that's a killer animal movie. Maybe what you said is on the script, but that is not a killer animal movie. What do you guys think about the movie Lake Placid? I forget. I think I watched it, but I don't remember them.
I haven't seen it. And now that I think about it, there were more killer animal movies like Piranha.
Yeah, exactly.
And what was it? The one with Jason Statham with the giant shark? Megalodon.
Yeah, Megalodon. That's a killer animal movie.
That's a killer animal movie, yeah. Those are the recent ones.
Yeah. Air bubble language. Joe, the tuna, you silent. Listen, the moment the tuna goes... And that's not a killer animal movie.
They talk in Morse codes.
Because when we like, for example, when we look at the Anaconda in the Anaconda movie, we're not supposed to think, wow, they have intelligence. Wow. We're not supposed to think like that. Every time Anaconda comes up, we're supposed to shit our pants.
Oh man.
And worry about the main
I
characters.
have so many great ideas. And the punchline, like this punchline in the movie is gonna be like the last moment when the tuna finally has his revenge on the human and kicks him into this like barrel and says, "Can this, bitch," and kicks him in that can.
Hey, put the camera on me. Fuck you, man. Like, listen. Okay, I have a different idea, Won-Jin. I'm sorry, Walker. Let me ask you after I answer this motherfucker. Listen. It better be like a tuna's revenge movie. Uh-huh. Because remember how much tuna we eat?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
No, like,
that's
listen.
why the tuna says,
Shut up.
Can this, bitch.
Shut the fuck up. Put the camera here. It should start off with a school of tuna. Mm-hmm. So peacefully, like dancing in the ocean, right? Mm-hmm. And then suddenly a stick pops up. And the tuna has to say goodbye to his mother. And then the mother is lifted up in the entire family. Mm-hmm. And tuna goes into his little cave and then think about revenge. And then the tuna waits hours on end in the Atlantic Ocean for that boat to come back. And he thrusts himself up the boat and starts killing them. And then, like, you know, that's the tuna movie I should watch. Okay, what do you guys think about the... Hey, Walker, let's talk about the Toy Story franchise next time. Because we saw your reply.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about Toy Story, too.
There's 4 movies on that, I think,
and
already.
To be honest, Joe and I, we haven't seen the 4th installment.
Yeah, we watched all the first 3, but we haven't watched the 4th one. Yeah, Crawl will check it out. Do they need a Morse translator for the Morse code, or at least a sea lion? I mean, you need a Morse translator if you don't understand Morse code. Say this in a movie, these people who were getting attacked by a whole bunch of tuna, and all of a sudden they were getting rescued by a whole pot of killer whales, because killer whales eat tuna. Okay, so that's actually close to a killer animal movie, because but that does add complexity to it, though, because I do think killer animal movies should be simple. The moment the killer gets a conscious or have a life story, you know, because remember, Won-Jin, in serial killer movies, we rarely get like a serial killer unless it's like a TV show or something. And I guess we're flipping that genre these days. But I think killer animal movies, just by definition, just should have an animal that kills a lot. And
with no explanation.
And we may get a hint of the explanation, but it's not supposed to be explained fully. Yeah. You know what I mean? There might be a hint to it. For example, in the Maneater, the lions are obviously, they've been hurt by the human being. So there's an element of revenge, and that makes it scarier. But that doesn't mean we can still negotiate with the lions. You know, because the moment you can negotiate with any animal, that just becomes a non-killer animal movie. But anyway, oh my God, we talked so much about this.
Yeah. Anyway, so it's time to wrap this up. We've been talking about this animal stuff for like the past 30 minutes.
If they do
a remake of Cujo, Saint Bernard as the killer dog, I think that should have Labrador, because it can show people that Labradors are such fun, friendly dogs. What are you gonna eat tonight? I don't know. We still have to think about it. We're brainstorming. Maybe a burger, but I don't feel like eating the Chinese stuff that we usually have. Maybe something different.
Yeah, we ate so much of those. No, but anyway, hey, Walker, this was a great topic, because the moment you mentioned killer animal movies, that was a great talk opener, and we had a great time talking about its definition or whatever.
Why don't you buy yourself some pizza? Okay, maybe.
But anyway, guys, it's close to 9 p.m. now. Walker, let's talk about, because you gave us a lot to talk about, Crawl. And hey, we might do a Romeo Must Die review later, okay? And that's where you can help us a lot. What do you think of 3 double quarter pounder exchange and free Big Macs? You know what would be a great killer animal movie? Like, it starts off with Won-Jin and me eating the quarter pounder deliciously, like, and then we slobber the fucking ketchup, and then it turns to this farm where
cattle are like grazing, and then.
They
come and stomp us to death.
No, the cow just start eating the grass, and she just shudders, And then she's like, my child has died. And then he realizes that her child has been like grilled to the cheese. And then she just starts running out of the farm.
I already thought of a perfect name for this movie. It's going to be called Bovine Intervention.
Yeah.
That's going to be the name of that movie.
Yeah. Hey, can we talk about the Cobra Kai Karate Kid franchise? Maybe we have to do Walker, let's try to keep our Let's Talk session on one topic. So we might do either one of them, okay? Like Karate Kid or Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
That is unhealthy. Hey, you are too old for burgers. You need to freshen and healthy food. Otherwise, you're going to get sick. Oh, thank you so much, Zedzi. That's so sweet. That's very sweet of you. But anyway, I think that's a good time to say goodbye to y'all. Mm-hmm. Hey, guys, we really enjoyed this conversation. Killer Whale was a great topic, Walker. Please continue to give us some great topics besides your movie ideas, too. It's been great.
Tuna for the win.
Anyway, guys, this has been Jojin Movie So Awesome. I was Joe.
I was Won-Jin.
We'll see you next week with a show or a TV to review. We are watching The Boys season 4.
There's got to be something new being released this week.
Dragon and a lot of great movies. So check those out too. I was watching Chaos Fury Jurassic World last week. I forgot to ask you whether there's a dinosaur smuggling ring and what is the point of. I think anybody will, if they're a fan enough of dinosaurs, they would like buy a dead dinosaur.
Enough water and take your vitamins. Okay, thank you.
Zedzi. Anyway, guys, Walker, Zedzi, have a great week. We'll see you next week. This has been movie awesome. I was Joe.
I was Won-Jin.
We said it twice. Goodbye, bye. The Bovine Revenge has to be the best fucking.
The Bovine Intervention.
Oh fuck yeah! They stomp on us for eating burgers, right? Is that double quarter cheese, motherfucker? And these cows start beating the shit out of us. Take care, grandpas. Bye.
And they're based in Chicago. Because Chicago Bulls.
Bye. Chaos 3.